Hello, hello, hello. I'm really surprised to be here. I think it was about a week ago. I got these unsolicited Facebook friend requests. And if anybody knows Facebook, when you see, obviously look at myself, and you see these beautiful blonde women wanting to be your friends, first I check and see, like, all right, let me make sure they have friends. Second of all, let my wife know that they contacted me, that I did not reach out to them. So I accepted the friendships purely out of curiosity, and they invited me to speak tonight at this event, and honestly, it is a great honor and pleasure to be here. Um, I was asked to speak about my experience as an entrepreneur, and this is a topic that I talk about a lot. Just quickly, 10 years ago, I founded my own marketing agency. Almost to this date, this Thursday, we're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary. So this conversation cannot be more timely. Um, so as I thought about what they asked to come and talk about my experiences, over the 10 years, those experiences have changed. Early on, for me, the natural progression of entrepreneurialism was I was working for somebody. So I had this great idea to go and work for myself. I was working for a marketing agency. So what did I start? A marketing agency. Yeah. So that entrepreneurial journey was really self-centered and self-focused. But in this journey for the last 10 years, it has changed. And what does it mean today? So tonight I kind of wanted to quickly talk about three things because I know I'm in between the bar and the rest of the night. So I don't want to be that buffer between the bar and the rest of the night. So specifically, as I thought about what this meant, there were three things that came to mind. First is courage, what it takes to be an entrepreneur. The second is leadership. And the third was transformation. So let me put this into perspective. 3 weeks ago, I was watching a special on CNN with my daughter, Asha, and the world has been mourning the death of Nelson Mandela. And this CNN special, they had a great group of panelists and guests talking about what Nelson Mandela meant to them. And one of the guests was Maya Angelou. And I'm a big fan of Maya Angelou. I think she's a very dynamic, profound woman. And they asked Maya Angelou to talk about her relationship with Nelson Mandela. And what I didn't know is Maya Angelou actually lived in South Africa in the 1960s with her husband, and she became very close friends with Nelson Mandela. And so when she started talking about Nelson Mandela, she said, he was a man of great courage. Now, I've heard this word courage quite a bit, but I never really thought about courage as it relates to myself because I thought about this heroic word. And the root word of courage is cor, which is Latin, and it means heart, innermost feeling. Being an entrepreneur has been the most intimate, transparent, and vulnerable state that I've ever been in. Being an entrepreneur, you learn a lot about yourself. And so when I thought about the definition of courage, it is the willingness and the ability to confront fear, pain, danger, uncertainty, and intimidation. The ability to confront, so it's a very active word, fear, pain, danger, uncertainty, intimidation. The level of courage it takes to be an entrepreneur and to do this on a day-to-day basis is something that I reflect on daily. And for those of us on this entrepreneurial journey, the level of courage that it takes to bring your vision to life, to take that leap of faith, regardless of the consequences, it's a very courageous act. So as we think about our endeavors on a daily basis, and I think about how Maya Angelou explained courage, I realize that as we all sit here tonight, it's a very courageous thing to come together to talk about wanting to connect, wanting to inspire, wanting to grow, that level of transparency. So with all the success of my agency, like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years, and our client roster is an amazing client. So it went from that self-centered doing what I was doing for myself, because I learned with success comes growth. And with growth, it was no longer about myself, It was about 130 people that show up every single day and who are vital to bring my vision and my dream to life. So what do they want from me? They want me to lead. They seek leadership. So the second thing is leadership. Now there's several books on leadership, and I'm a nerd when it comes to books. I love to read, and one of my favorite, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the author, is a gentleman by the name of John Maxwell. John Maxwell has a book called The 5 Levels of Success. And quickly, I won't go into detail, but I want to talk about 2. The first level is position leadership. The 5th and highest level is pinnacle leadership. So position leadership is defined as the role, the job, the title one inherits when they assume a job or a position in an organization. So position leadership is inherited. By default, based on your taking that job, you're a leader. And the highest rung is pinnacle leadership. And it has nothing to do with your role. It has nothing to do with your job. It has nothing to do with your title. It has everything to do with who you are. They define pinnacle leadership as the ability to inspire and to impact others to make their lives better. So I go back to the whole special with Maya Angelou and Nelson Mandela. Now, Nelson Mandela is somebody I've never met. I've had no obligations to follow. But as I thought about what he stood for, he's somebody that inspired me. He's somebody that, based on the trials and tribulations that he faced, I see him as a pinnacle leader. But great leaders not only inspire, what do? They serve. Servant leadership. Servant leadership is the willingness to put others' interests first in order to make them better. So that whole selfish notion of entrepreneurialism is now about others and serving. Without leadership and servitude, that is what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And I think when I look at this organization tonight and everybody in this room, we all serve in some capacity. We're all here to network, to meet, not for selfish reasons, but probably to go back out and impact others that we're involved with. So when we all come together with great courage and great leadership, there's transformation. Now, I once heard Deepak Chopra talk about transformation as the ability to intuitively and instinctively tap into a source of power and wisdom that has the ability to transform everyday moments, everyday interactions into creative and evolutionary moments. Transformation is going from one stage to the next. It's about transcendence. So when I thought about my conversation tonight with all of you here, I thought about the influential individuals that are gathered here to make a difference not only in their communities, but to impact the world. The desire to connect, the desire to inspire, the desire to grow. To me, that's what entrepreneurialism is all about. It's not about starting a business, really about having an impact on the community that all of us have a responsibility to make better, to transform, to transcend. Thank you.